Alright, how's everyone doing? Welcome to From Z to A Alphabetical Interviews with Zach Anderson. I am Zach Anderson. Today we are here at Sage Sound Studios in Shelton for the 30th edition of Monsters of Acoustic Rock, and I am joined by Scott Danger Bravo. So thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
So I'm going to ask you the difficult questions as long as they have something to do with the letters of your name.
Okay.
So we're going to start with S. Is there anything special you have to do to prepare for a show? Do you have any pre-show rituals?
Sort of. I like to be by myself for a little bit, and I have to stretch my hands out. A lot of people don't stretch their hands out, and I think that's a bad idea. Stretch, always stretch. And whenever I pick up the guitar, I'm ready. I'm focused on what I'm about to do. So I like to think about the guitar, how it feels, and just really get into like I have to do this thing. And so I just have to be by myself for a little while, stretch out the hands, and get in the headspace.
Gotcha. Now, as an instrumentalist, how do you come up with the titles for your songs?
A variety of ways. It depends on how the song comes to me. If it's from an experience that I've had that I'm writing about, then I'll have the title first. But if it's just a song, I'm sitting watching TV and I hear it, then the title might not come, and then I'll hear somebody say something. Okay. Like Morticia's Rose Bushes. Right. I could not find a title for that, and then my neighbor said, my landlord said about our neighbor that his weeds he was letting grow to drive us nuts with allergies. That's how we do things in New York. The ultimate passive aggressiveness. He goes, I'm going to go down there and chop Morticia's Rose Bushes down to the nubs. And I thought, that's really funny. So I named the song Morticia's Rose Bushes.
That was actually the one song I was curious about. Yeah. Now, how do you go about choosing songs for a set list? Do you plan it out ahead of time? Do you change it up on the fly, or just make it up as you feel, depending on where you're playing and how people are reacting?
That also varies. Like for tonight, I know how much time I have, and I know what songs flow best. So if I have a shorter set, I'll pick the songs that I like to play the most. If I have a long set, I just play everything, and then it comes down to start fast, end fast. Yep. So I'll put my fastest tune first, and then my second fastest last, and just pace. A lot of it's what tuning am I in? How many guitars do I have? I have one guitar, then I do all one tuning, and then so it depends. Depends on what's going on.
Nice. Do you have a favorite city or venue to play in? Is like a place that you like anytime you're touring you just have to stop by?
I have a lot. I have a lot. For cities, I love Minneapolis. Yeah. I love it. I love Wilmington, North Carolina. Has also one of my favorite venues, the Jumping Gypsy. Yep. It's great. I like the Midwest a lot. So Cincinnati, Cleveland. Cleveland's got some great places. I grew up in Syracuse, so playing the Lost Horizon as an instrumental acoustic guitarist has never been done before, so that was a big deal for me. Dingbats in Clifton, New Jersey is a metal bar. Yeah. And like a legendary metal bar. So to play there as an acoustic instrumental guitarist was really cool. But a lot of venues. The theaters are good. Yeah. As long as the sound man is good, because I run into that problem a lot. I'm not going to name what city that happens in, but they're not sound men. They're just guys that that play with the mixing board. Yeah. That's a nightmare. But a good sound man and most venues are good venues.
Nice. Now, how has your taste in music influenced your style?
Well, I started out as a metal guitar player. When I say metal, I mean like heavy, Hatebreed, Killswitch Engage. Like I started out doing that. So I came into this. It was literally an overnight thing. I was a metal guitar player one day. I heard Tommy Emmanuel, and the next day, I was an acoustic instrumental guitar player. So I brought a lot. Everything that I do, I stole right from Eddie Van Halen's Trick Book, Run Around, Amsterdam, the second album. All of his tricks I stole. Zakk Wylde was a huge, huge influence. John Petrucci with his right hand picking. So from that standpoint, I got more from individual players than the style. Because I'm a metalhead. I listen to metal, mostly rock and roll, and it has nothing to do. I got the attitude maybe. I might bring a little. Hopefully I bring a little swagger, to the genre. Spice it up a little bit.
Awesome. So I like to end all my interviews with 3 interesting or random facts about yourself that many people might not know.
Okay. I'm an open book for the most part, to my detriment. So, 3 things you don't know. I am terrified of the dark.
Okay.
That's a weird thing for a grown man to admit. Not dark, but like pitch black. Like if I'm and being alone.
Okay.
So if I'm alone in my house and the power goes out, I will jump out the window.
Yeah.
I will run to the nearest street light. Terrified of pitch black. I like to catch snakes.
All right.
In my spare time.
Okay.
I'll go into the woods or by a pond or a creek and try to catch snakes.
Mm-hmm.
And what else? The third fact about myself. I love shoes.
Okay.
I love shopping for shoes. I own many pairs of shoes. I love a good pair of shoes.
Nice.
Really does it for me.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
If you want to check out Scott, please visit the link below. And now we'll cut to a performance from Scott Danger Bravo. So thanks again, and we'll see you soon.